Greetings everyone, this is Rendog coming at ya in another Minecraft episode from the HermitCraft server. We're kicking things off today, my friends, from GIGACORP Island, where in today's episode we're doing Redstone. I mean, there's no beating around the bush here, friends, or should I say no beating around the sheep. Because we need 40,000 wool blocks, and the only way we're going to get 40,000 wool blocks is with redstone. So, yes, here we are, back on GIGACORP Island, on our industrial zone island thing, and for the last couple of weeks I've been making this thing, or at least figuring it out and building it over here, and we're pretty close to getting this sheep farm, wool farm fired up. That is the task for today's episode, friends. I've got an enclosure here filled with over 100 sheep. We need to get the sheep into the machine, and then the machine will make the wool, and then the wool we will use to build Scab Castle. And, well, unfortunately we've hit a bit of a roadblock with the Scabland project, my friends. Yes, those of you guys who are following the project, you'll know we're trying to create the ugliest castle ever made. And, well, I have finally figured out a sweet design for the castle, but it does require over 40,000 wool blocks. I know that I can probably get wool from the hermits and from the shopping district, but also this gives us an opportunity to make some content. And I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could make a redstone wool generating machine, which is actually a farm that I've never made in Minecraft before. So that's exactly what I've been doing, and I think I've got a pretty reasonable design over here. It's pretty simple, really, if we go take a look at it. It's much like any other wool farm that you might find. We've got sheep in enclosures and a dispenser that will be filled with shears. We've got a redstone signal that will pulse around this entire farm. The redstone signal, whoopsie, will be controlled by an etho hopper clock over here, which will be sending a pulse every few seconds or so, which means that the sheep will be sheared. Every single sheep in this array will be sheared, I don't know, once every 5 seconds. And there's over 100 sheep that we are going to be popping in here. And then, of course, down below, underneath, we have got a hopper minecart collection system. And we've got a minecart down here, which should be running back and forth. Doesn't seem to be running back and forth. Something is broken. Yes, it's Redstone, people. It ain't purty, okay? But it works. Oh, there it is. Yeah, so this hopper is going to go pick up all of the wool that gets sheared from the sheep, and then I've already installed some filters over here to filter all of the colors. These are the colors that we're going to need for Scab Castle, and this is the one that we need the most of, light gray. I think we need 20,000 light gray. So we're going to be putting the sheep in the machine, and then dyeing the sheep into the colors that they need to be, and then profiting from wool generation. I mean, yeah. That's kind of the plan. Now, the problem is we are at a very difficult moment in this redstone project because we got to get these sheep in there, and I don't know exactly how to do that without just unleashing the sheep and flooding GIGACORP Island with mutton. So I thought we could experiment a bit with some fishing rod action. I'm thinking maybe we can, like, yoink the sheep out of the enclosure. That actually worked. Okay, hold on. Let's try another one. And yoink. Okay, it looks like we might have to choose ones from the back so that they get a little bit of momentum. Okay, let's try again. This is oddly satisfying, to be fair. Here we go. There's another one. And there's another one. Okay, sweet. So, with the sheep out of the enclosure, thanks to fishing rod yoinkage, we can then use the leads, I think, to attach sheep to human. Come on, sheeps, you need to make wool for eternity. Listen, it's not such a bad life, okay? You also get infinite food, so, you know, there are ups and downs to everything. Now, I've added these leaf blocks above the enclosures so that we... Oh, geez. Okay, that one's got in there, and now this one can get in here. Hold on, is this going to be possible? Yes! Oh, actually, and then we've got to put the flap up, the anti-sheep flap, and then yoink back the leads. You know what? That actually went much smoother than I anticipated. That was also super fun. Also, I think the leads just got yoinked, and I don't have an overflow chest in the hopper collection system, which is going to put the leads over here. Yes, one of them is also currently missing, and probably stuck in the Redstone somewhere. Listen, This is working. This is actually working. This is wonderful. Okay. I didn't think it was going to be this easy. However, I am noticing some very serious degradation on the fishing rod, even though I did put Unbreaking 3 on it. It looks like we won't get that many yoinks out of this system, I'm afraid. And we need to try be a little bit more efficient with the actual yoinks. And get the sheep all the way out. Okay, that was a good one. There we go. Beautiful. All right, 2 sheep at a time, I guess. But yeah, guys, this is going to be fun. Look, you know, I'm sorry that I didn't do this project on YouTube with you guys. This was something that I did on live stream. A lot of it we did together on live stream, and it was just a project that I kind of just got stuck into. You know, sometimes you're playing Minecraft or you're doing Redstone and you just kind of get into the zone of a project that you're working on, and I don't know, I just kind of stopped thinking about the YouTube thing and just cracked on with the project, and it's turned out really cool. I actually really like the symmetry of this whole thing. I think it looks kind of jazzy. And sheep, could you mind not keep falling over the edge, idiot face, please? Come on now, let's get into the enclosure. I know it doesn't look very comfy in there, but listen, you're going to enjoy yourself. All right, you got your friends. You can talk to them forever. Think of... Oh, okay, sheep, I am going to turn you into mutton if you don't look out. Yes, I will muttonify your face. Okay? Maybe we need to add a platform along here to make the sheep moving a little bit easier. But yes, anyway, guys, just cracked on with this beautiful project. Had a little bit of a busy IRL week also. I was helping a friend of mine move all the way from London to another part of the country, and they needed me to go and help them, well, drive the van, basically. And you know what? It was actually quite a fun time because it was a rather large van. I had to help them move their entire apartment from London to a new house in the countryside. And yes, I rented a van that was very large. It, in fact, was the largest vehicle that I've ever driven in my life, and I was slightly nervous about it, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. It was massive, and I needed to pick them up from the center of town, which was super busy. Lots of traffic and pedestrians, and a very large truck that could have done some damage. But I kind of got used to it after a while. When you're driving a big vehicle, you kind of get used to it. It's pretty scary for the first hour or so, and then you kind of adapt to it, and you start to figure out exactly how it works. And your mind starts to recognize the size of it, so to speak. You know, you start to realize the dangers around you and so on. However, on the way out of the city, after we spent a couple of hours packing the van, there was a massive storm in England this weekend, which basically ruined the roads and put water all over the place, and it was quite treacherous driving conditions. And at one point, there was not a lot of visibility, and I took a sort of blind corner, and the van's mirror clipped a tree and broke, and I broke the van. Yeah, that was no good. Well, I broke the mirror of the van, and am now awaiting the charges for that. I will be charged, of course, for the repair required on the van that I broke, but it's fine. You know, these things happen. Moving is often fraught with challenges, and things often go wrong when you're moving. It's just the price of moving, so to speak. But I'm happy to announce that I did get my friend in their new house, and they are very, very happy and settled, and that was my good deed done for the year, I guess. And it was about a 2 or 3 hour drive there and back, and I spent the night over in a hotel there too, so that I was nice and fresh in the morning for the van drive. But yes, it's been quite an eventful IRL week, and delighted to announce that that is all now done, and we are back on the HermitCraft grind. Clearly not doing very well at putting sheep into a factory. So tell you what, guys, I'm going to spend the next probably half an hour yoinking the sheep into the factory, and we will then crack on with the next task, which will be to try and get the whole thing up and running. Nice! All right, we're getting somewhere now, my friends. My daily coffee has just kicked into the brain, and I have done a smart thing. Look at this. We're going to use these iron trapdoors, which I've been able to make because we have an iron farm over there. And every time we put a sheep in a hole, we're going to stick a trapdoor on it. This way, the next sheep that we add into the farm won't fall back into the hole that has already been filled. And we can just very easily shift the sheep into the hole that it is supposed to be in When I say easily, I mean not that easily. Sheep, please just get in the hole. Please. Okay, good. There we go. And then we put the trapdoor on top of it. And that's a job well done. I mean, yeah, we just have to do this another, I don't know, like 90 times. But it's fine. As much as this pains me to admit, guys, this process is taking a lot longer than I anticipated. Mostly because I am killing the sheep. Yeah. I've been trying to yoink them out of this pit with the fishing rod, but whenever I do, quite a lot of them actually die because the fishing rod yoinks them up a little bit too high, they take fall damage, and as it turns out, sheep are not very durable. Yes, that one survived, but at least half of them are perishing. And, well, I have only managed to do one row of the wool machine so far, and it's been a couple of hours. And this is taking a little bit too long for my liking. So I would like to try a new technique that is going to involve making sheep fly. We've got an elytra, of course. We've got rockets, so I'm thinking, what if we tag a couple of the sheepsicles like so, get the replay mod started also, so that we can actually watch this from a different perspective, and let's see if we can maybe fly the sheep out of the pen using rocket power. And, well, I guess we just have to go straight up and over. We don't want to go too far. And I guess they're flying. Yes. Oh, that actually worked. Although, wow, lots of them actually perished. This one survived. I guess this is Darwin Awards over here. You are the survivor, my friend. But that technique could actually be crazy enough to work. If we just fly over the top of the lip here a little bit quicker and we don't go too high, then maybe this would work. Shall we try one more time? 1, 2, 3, 4 sheepsies. And up and over. Did that work? Okay, no. That was a little bit not enough height. What if we just fly from here? Yoink them. Oh, no. Okay. That is... That's not working out the way that it's supposed to. We are obliterating our population. Okay, one more time. We want to get at least 3 of them over in one piece. And here we go. Up into the air, and they flew, and there we go. We got 3 out of the 4. They survived. Yeah, this is why we don't do experiments with sheep in Minecraft, especially when you need them for a farm, because, yeah... derps have accumulated. Anyway, just thought I'd show off my new technique. Let me finish off filling up the farm now. We'll see you guys in a bit. It's early evening in real life for me here, guys, and I'm hanging out on the server still. It's been a full day of Minecrafting so far. We've got a few other hermits hanging out playing Decked Out, which is nice. I think they're streaming at the moment. And we're here on GIGACORP Island, just grinding away at this very sheepy project. It was a very derpy process getting the sheep over here and into their cells. As you may have witnessed, I might have made a time lapse. It's unclear until we go to editing. But yes, many sheep flew up, not many sheep came down. But eventually, I did manage to populate the machine here, and it's looking fantastic. I just really love the way this thing looks. It kind of, to me, looks like a computer component of some kind. You know, almost like a CPU or something, just because of the immense symmetry of it. And of course, I love seeing a bit of gold and red there, and these very cool looking grids in the trapdoors. I don't know, it just looks really cool. And it looks like it does something, even though it is one of the simplest farms that you can make in Minecraft. Literally dispenser, shear, sheep. I don't know, I think this design has sort of propelled it to look pretty sweet. Of course, we plugged it into a filter system too, which every now and then has been resetting itself, which has been rather annoying. I don't know if anybody out there knows why. I've never seen this Impulse SV filter system reset itself, but maybe it's with tick lag or chunk lag or something like that. I have no idea. Anyway, sheeps are in. Look, we are just a few steps away from getting this farm actually fired up now. Next step is to get it filled up with shears, and well, luckily we have this monstrosity of an iron farm, which has been generating iron for us for about 4 or 5 months now. It might look empty, but that's because I have converted most of the iron into iron blocks. And as you can see, we are, well, we're pretty rammed to capacity when it comes to iron block action. Amazing. The farm has done a perfect job for us out here on GIGACORP Island. However, what we need now is shears, and you know, it's a little bit of a tedious task because each dispenser can only take 9 shears, and that means I think we have to do it a sort of in a tedious way. Let's fill shulker boxes up with the shears, and I've also just realized that I'm not a very professional Minecrafter because I can just do it here. I don't need a crafting table to do this. In good news, it looks like Hypno made it through the dungeon. It looks like it, so that's nice. That's one of the fun things about playing on the HermitCraft server when Decked Out is going. Every now and then you get an update from the Frozen Citadel of who is achieving what. Most of the time hermits are dying, but some of the time hermits are succeeding, and you know, you love to see it. Anyway, let's get a bunch of shulker boxes filled up with shear action here, friends. And then we can see if we can actually get this farm fired up. I mean, once the shears are in, we just need to color the sheep, I suppose, or we probably need to color the sheep first before we start the shears. Yes. Okay. Listen, it's late in the evening. I've been playing Minecraft all day. Okay, friends? The brain isn't functioning very well anymore, but we're going to finish this project tonight. Come hell or high freaking water. Okay, it's way too late at night to be doing mathematics, everybody. I've been on a calculator for 10 minutes. Figuring out the exact percentages for the colors that I want my sheeps to be, so that we can generate the correct amount of wool for the Scabland project. Why are we doing maths at 9 o'clock at night? I don't know. I want this project to be mathematically perfect. That's why. And yes, there's no explanation for it other than this is what I have decided. So, we've got 112 sheep cells in the farm, okay? We are generating 38,308 wool of varying colors. Light grey wool takes up 38% of that. Grey wool 16%, light blue 14%, orange 11%, lime 6%, yellow 6%, pink 4%, magenta 4%, and purple is 1% of the 38,000. Now, we need to break those percentages down into numbers for the number of cells available in the sheep farm, which is 112, which means that if I've done the mathematics correctly, it is 42 light grey, 18 grey, 16 light blue, 12 orange, 7 lime, 7 yellow, 5 pink, 4 magenta, 1 purple. I think I got all of that right, and I have the dyes that we require in the inventory ready to do the dyeing, and my maths is probably wrong, but I hopefully put up some of those numbers on the screen so that you guys can double check my numbers, but I think I'm good. And, well, the way that this farm has been designed is that we can access the sheeps through the trapdoors like this. And I think I'm just going to go from the highest number of colors first all the way through to the lowest number at the end. So we're going to start with light gray here and move our way all the way to the back of the farm. And, well, hopefully I have counted correctly, because if there is too much dye or too little dye in the hotbar below, then I have derped the maths. So, yeah, we'll see you down there somewhere. And just the last few sheep to go. And it looks like the maths might be 100% perfect. Very nice. Very surprising, considering the time of night and considering that my brain doesn't function very good after the sun goes down. But there we go. All the sheeps have now been colored. Looking really cool inside of their cells. And, well, next step is to get them shearing, basically. Which I've got in my inventory right now. A bunch of shulker boxes filled with shears. And as soon as we start putting these into the dispensers, we are going to start shearing the sheep. Now, I don't know the exact numbers of how many times 9 shears can shear inside of a dispenser. However, oh, that was our first snip. Who's naked? Oh, madam, cover yourself. Cover your unmentionables. Oh, I'm so sorry. The humanity of it all. I've even made the walls out of glass too. So, yes, this is this is hella awkward. But yes, I have not figured out the mathematical numbers of exactly how many times a fully loaded dispenser can shear. However, on live stream a couple of weeks ago, we were working on this project idea, and I think JT in chat told me that it was like over 4,000 shears for a fully loaded dispenser. So yes, we are going to have more than enough shear action for our 38,000 wool blocks. That one already lost some durability, my goodness. But yes, we can always just refill them, right, if they do run out. But yeah, for now, I'm just going to get all the dispensers filled up, and then we can try and do one last bit of maths for tonight, guys, which is to calculate how many wool blocks this thing is going to make per hour, which, yeah, is going to be the final calculation that my brain will be capable of doing today. But yeah, we're getting there. One snip at a time. Aha! That's the reason why my filters are resetting themselves. It's because I am an idiot, and I have mistakenly redstoned a redstone thing here. Yes, this is why we don't do redstone after bedtime, everyone. This redstone circuit over here is controlling the hopper that brings back the wool from underneath the sheep. And we can see that there is a bit of redstone dust connecting to the redstone that controls the filter systems for each of the different color types. And with this connected, every time the minecart comes and the comparator triggers, this lights everything up and obviously breaks stuff. So yes, that is my mistake. We just do a little adjustment here, I think, and that should fix it quite nicely. Yes, indeed, that looks good. Okay. Excellent. All I need to do now is reset the filters one more time, and we should be good to go. I've just finished putting in all of the shears, and already this is how much wool was generated in just a few minutes, which is pretty insane. But the good news is every single dispenser is now fully loaded with 9 shears. All of our sheep are beautifully colored. This one is still naked, though. Excuse me, madam. Can you eat, please? Yes, cover your shame. For the love of all that is holy, cover your shame. Yes, I'm going to get the sorters filtered out. I'm going to get the filters sorted out. Oh my goodness. Doing video recording in the middle of the night, bad idea. But I told you guys it's happening, so it's happening. And we are going to fire this bad boy up in a second. I've just disconnected the ether hopper clock here for a second. And I just want to see all of the sheeps get snipped in some sort of awesome replay mod footage is my plan for the episode. It's going to be glorious, friends. Glorious. Although I do need to reset the stupid filters first. So give me a moment to derp around here. And just the purple filter to go. There we go. Lovely. Everything's been reset and the filters are holding. Absolutely perfect. Oh man, there's always such an excitement in the air just before you're about to fire up a redstone machine for the first time. Am I right? It's so exciting. Oh man, hopefully everything works. It's such a simple farm. I will be very surprised if I've messed something up, but yes, I do want to see this farm going at full blast. Every single sheep has got clothes on now, and when we turn on the ether hopper clock, we will see the sheeps being snipped in a glorious sort of sequence, starting here, going all the way to the end, and then looping all the way back again, and it should be pretty sweet. So yeah, let's wait for the hopper clock to reset, and get the Gigabug out, and let's have a look. There we go. There goes the snipping. Oh my goodness, like a Mexican wave of snippage. Oh, absolutely beautiful. That was super cool. And yeah, as we can see, that hopper clock is just going to be resetting. And every time the sheep eat, of course, they are going to reset their clothing. And hopefully the minecart is running underneath. Yep, there it goes. I guess that's where the bottleneck is right now with the speed of that minecart. But we can certainly hear all the snipping going. And as that minecart makes its way back, we will eventually start to collect our very first haul of wool, which is very exciting. And yes, hopefully this is not going to require too much AFKing here. A few hours and we should hopefully have all the wool that we desire. There is the minecart. It has returned with its first haul. And having a look at this, wow, yeah, quite a lot. And actually, this might be a problem we need to consider because the minecart with hopper only has 5 slots in it. And there are currently 9 colors being generated. Yeah. Okay, here's my theory, and it is a mathematical one, okay? Yes, maths. If one hopper minecart is not enough to collect all the wool from 9 different sheep colors, then 2 hopper minecarts will be enough, because 1 hopper minecart is 5 slots, 2 hopper minecarts is 10 slots, and we've got 9 different sheep. So, yes, the maths adds up. I've installed another delivery line over here, and, well, the true Redstone madness occurs down below, because, of course, one of the lines is going to be looping around these 2 lines of cells here, and the other line is going to run all the way behind the farm and cover these 2 lines here. So it is 1 hopper minecart per line, basically. I'm not entirely sure if that made any sense, guys. It's late at night and my brain and mouth have disconnected. But yes, too long didn't read. 1 hopper minecart for these 2 lines and 1 hopper minecart for these 2 lines. And they're going to be delivering the wool all at the same time into the same area. And the hopper minecart that lands here will deliver the wool into these hoppers that will then connect up to the final hopper line here for the filters. And we should, in theory, be now covered without losing any wool. I mean, it's just theory. You know, it really is no way to tell if this is actually going to work or not. But I guess let's start a replay mod and let's plug in the Etho hopper clock. And as the sun sets over GIGACORP Island, all of our sheep are going to get sheared. And wow, that is such a satisfying noise, hearing all of the shearing happening. It's like snip, 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 snip. Very, very satisfying. And yeah, we can actually see over here, both hopper minecarts have now returned, or at least that one returned a little bit faster than the other one, I guess, because the other one has to travel further. Although this makes me worried. Did the other one get stuck somewhere? I might have mistaken something somewhere, because the other one is here. Ah, yes. What's wrong? Oh no, this is wrong. That just needed some redstone. Everything's fine. It's working. I think it's working. Difficult to tell. This hopper minecart had nothing in it. Nice. Okay. How many different sheep colors in here? 5 different colors in that one. So theoretically, the other one should also be getting 5. Although I don't think I've configured the actual colors of the sheep to match the actual minecart. Oh, you know what, guys? It's too late. I can't. This was supposed to be a simple wool farm. It's now turned into a headache of. I'm going to bed. I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay, guys, I'm back. I couldn't sleep. I was just thinking about this farm, and I am now up again at the computer, and I need to do one final test. I've been running the farm now for 15 minutes. We're going to count exactly how much wool we've generated in 15 minutes, which has just ended now. And we're going to do that just by yoinking all of the wool from the receiving chests down here, counting it up, and then timesing it by 4. And that should give us an approximate amount of wool that 112 sheep cells generate in an hour. Okay, here we go. Final bit of mathematics for this project, guys. The total number of wool snipped in 15 minutes at our wool farm is 927 snippages. Now, we times that by 4 on the calculator. That is going to give us approximately 3,708 wool per hour, which means to get 38,000 wool, we need to AFK here for roughly 10 hours, which is actually not that long, considering I can spend quite a bit of time chopping down trees, working on the rest of GIGACORP Island, AFKing for some iron, or just hanging out here overnight, or when I go have lunch, just come and AFK here, while the wool gets sucked out of the sheeps. Yes, very, very good. 10 hours of AFK. That is brilliant, and actually probably a lot shorter amount of time than if I would find any other way to generate the wool that I need for Scab Castle. So very happy with this, but also very tired. I need to get to bed in a second. Yes, I may or may not have not gone to bed and carried on working on the project, because it's one of these projects I just wanted to get finished. And well, down here we've got some overflow storage too, especially for the light grey wool, because we need like 16,000 of this. But yes, I do need to go to bed now because this is getting outrageous. I've been working on this thing all day. I just see sheeps when I close my eyes. And not the sheeps that put you to sleep, the Minecraft sheeps that have been shaved Minecraft sheep. That's all I see. That can't be good for my psyche. I'm going to bed. For real this time. We'll see you guys in the morning. It's the next day in real life, my fellow HermitCraft fans, and I am delighted to announce that our wool farm is fully up and running and doing its thing in a very magnificent way. Yes, indeed. Over the last few hours, we have generated an absolutely obscene amount of wool, which is fantastic. In fact, we've already got a full shulker box of light grey over here, and a bunch more coming. I actually installed a few more hoppers here into the light grey section that goes directly into our overflow, because yes, we are generating so much light grey that it's starting to fill up the chest quite quickly. You can see we already have another shulker box down there. But I have added a few more things here to the collection area, mostly just to remind myself of how many shulker boxes of each color we need. So in the barrel above the different colors, I've added the number of shulker boxes required. As soon as we fulfill our requirement, we will swap the red for green, saying that color is now done. And just to keep track of where we are at. Doc has just joined the server. Hey Doc, what is happening, my friend? But yes, so far none of the colors have been fulfilled yet, and it's going to take a lot more AFKing out here. I think what I might do over the coming days on live stream is start to work on the platforms around GIGACORP Island again. I'd like to get all of these platforms connecting these two modules at some point, and I'd also like to get a platform to go all the way around the circumference of the modules here. I think that'll look really cool. And that'll give us a couple of hours out here to let the wool farm do its business. And hopefully by then, in the next episode, we can start working on Scab Castle once we've got the 38,000 wool that we require. But guys, that is going to do it for me, I think. I've got a bunch of editing to do, and can't wait to get this video out and get back on the HermitCraft video grind. If you guys have been enjoying the series so far, you know what to do. Just smack the like button. And if you've made it this far in the episode, I love your face. Let me know in the comments. Love to see the end of video, people. You guys are the best. Anyway, thanks for watching, friendos. We will smell you all in the next episode, and hopefully we'll get working on Scab Castle. It's going to be a hoot. See you next time, guys.